You know, for decades, we've all been taught that one number is the key to our health, the body mass index, or BMI. But what if that number isn't just a little bit off? What if it's actively hiding the real story of what's happening inside your body? Well, today we're going to find out why it's time to look way beyond BMI.
So let me ask you this, and I want you to really think about it. Is your healthy weight lying to you? It's a serious question. You might have a BMI that's perfectly in the normal range, and you're thinking, hey, I'm good to go. But the evidence we're about to dive into suggests that for millions of us, that feeling of security could be a really dangerous illusion. And this is where it gets really crazy. This slide shows the shocking scale of the problem. A recent study found that over 70% of people with a supposedly normal BMI were actually showing signs of insulin resistance. That's a major stepping stone to chronic diseases like diabetes. Let that sink in. 70%? This isn't some fringe issue, it's a massive hidden epidemic. All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by shattering the BMI illusion. Then, we'll uncover this fascinating and kind of scary thin outside, fat inside phenomenon. After that, we'll learn how to see our body's true story, understand the incredible power of muscle, and finally, we'll put together your new health toolkit. Okay, first up, the BMI illusion. We're about to pull back the curtain on why this one-size-fits-all number just doesn't work when you're looking at one person at a time. So here's the fundamental flaw, the big problem with BMI. It's just your weight divided by your height squared. That's it. It has absolutely no idea what that weight is actually made of. Is it dense, metabolically active muscle, or is it harmful body fat? BMI can't tell the difference at all. I mean, a professional athlete and a totally sedentary person could have the exact same BMI, but their health risks are on completely different planets. And this is really the heart of the issue. The research is clear. BMI is a decent tool for scientists studying huge populations, to spot general trends across a country. But the moment you try to apply that big, broad statistical tool to a single person, to you, it often breaks down and can paint a completely false picture of your health. Just look at this chart from the PMX health analysis. It's staggering. Only about 19% of the people they studied actually had an optimal health profile. But then look at the group with a normal BMI. More than a third of them had high body fat, and a whopping 70% had insulin resistance. These are serious health risks, totally masked by a number that was telling them everything was fine. All right, let's move on and see how this all feeds into a very specific and pretty dangerous condition known as being thin outside, fat inside, or TOFI for short. So, at the core of this TOFI problem is something called visceral adipose tissue, or VAT. Now, this is not the fat you can pinch on your belly. No, this is the dangerous stuff, packed deep inside your abdomen, wrapped around your vital organs like your liver and intestines. You can think of it as a little toxic factory, constantly pumping out inflammatory signals that just wreak havoc on your metabolism. And you guessed it, BMI is completely blind to it. Okay, check this out. This comparison makes the point perfectly. We have two people, both with a healthy BMI of 23. On the left, you've got a young, active guy with lots of muscle and low fat. He's metabolically healthy. But on the right, you have a more sedentary, middle-aged woman with low muscle and a high amount of that dangerous visceral fat. Her metabolic risk is through the roof. Yet BMI looks at them both and says, yep, you're equally healthy. It's just not true. So, if BMI is telling us the wrong story, how in the world do we find the right one? Let's talk about how we can actually see what's really going on inside our bodies. I'd like you to meet the hero of our story today, the Dexa scan. This is considered the absolute gold standard for analyzing your body composition. Think of it like getting a high-tech blueprint of your body, one that shows you exactly what you're made of: bone, muscle, and fat. And here's what that blueprint looks like. A Dexa scan tells you precisely how much lean muscle you're carrying, how dense your bones are, and, this is critical, it actually separates your fat into the less harmful subcutaneous kind and that dangerous visceral fat we just talked about. It gives you the full, unvarnished truth. No more guessing. And this is exactly why the number on your bathroom scale can be so frustrating and, frankly, so misleading. There's a great example from the source material of a 58-year-old woman who, through some smart lifestyle changes, gained 4 kilograms of healthy muscle and lost a ton of fat. But her total weight, it barely moved. The scale would have told her she was failing, but a Dexa scan showed her incredible progress. Her health was totally transformed. Okay, so we know the DEXA scan gives us the true picture, and one of the most important pieces of that picture is muscle. So let's talk about why muscle is so incredibly important, especially when it comes to living a long, healthy, and vibrant life. You know, muscle isn't just for looking good at the beach. Your lean muscle is a metabolic powerhouse. It's the number one place your body puts glucose after a meal, which dramatically improves your insulin sensitivity. And of course, it gives you strength and mobility, which is absolutely crucial for protecting you from falls and fractures as you get older. It's truly a cornerstone of longevity. This quote right here just ties it all together so perfectly. It's not just one thing. Having healthy muscle is directly linked to having stronger bones, less inflammation all over your body, better metabolic function, and ultimately a longer and healthier life. They are all connected. So, what do we do with all this information? This is the best part. Let's put together our new health toolkit with the key takeaways that can really empower you on your own health journey. Now, to help us really nail this down, Dr. Yogesh Akini, who's featured in the source material, lays out these crucial points to remember. First, just accept that BMI is a flawed, often misleading number for you as an individual. Second, recognize that hidden visceral fat is a major critical risk factor. Third, make it a priority to build and maintain lean muscle and bone density. Fourth, and this is a big one, redefine what progress means. It's about changing your body's composition, not just chasing a number on a scale. And finally, if you can, use advanced tools like a Dexa scan to get the real story. So, it all comes down to this. For years, maybe our whole lives, we've been told to measure our weight. But now that you know the truth about the scale and the real power of understanding your body's composition, the only question left is, what will you choose to measure next?
Hi there, forest friend. Thanks for clicking on our video. We're so happy you're here. Before we jump in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.